Looks like starting out at 30, 34, 80. And 5 games, 50 NL. And try to get on all of them. Bit of a wait. But we'll start with the 10 NLs and go from there. This can go like that. That looks about right. See, now we're getting some action on those. A couple of 15Ls that we're waiting on that might go off. Hey, 3-6 the winner. Not straight. There's no point in raising here. Wow, there was really no point for him betting. If flush wasn't out there, I could have considered raising. Little glitchiness going on. Not exactly sure what that's about, but I don't think it'll be an issue. Would have been a perfect board to backdoor there. These two fools are going to check a jack, right? Yeah. Love the call. Set of 10s. Reasonable. No bet on the end. Hilarious. Ooh, we got a 50. Put this one up here. And there's the last 10 and L. I don't think there are any more. It's all just 50s from here. Ooh, there's one. Alright, I guess a lot of people must have left. God damn it, the seat's reserved. Well, we're going to try and steal that seat. And that's Blue River Parkway. So, going to unjoin the list. And once I drop off the list, I should be able to steal the seat. Yep. Love it. It's because the other player wasn't acting fast enough. I had to remove myself from the list before I could sit down. Fun fact for you, if you ever get screwed on WSOP out of your seat, you can steal somebody else's. And looks like there are 3 more 50 NLs. which we may get on. I'm getting some raisins here. Yeah. Get 3-bet. No. Get 3-bet again. This time queens. He doesn't have enough. I'm just going to rip it. He's got aces. That's fine. Take a queen, dealer. Nope, not going to work on this one. Well, he only had 40 blinds, but it's annoying. I'm going to go ahead and check. This player is kind of aggro, but the board's very scary. Check it again. And we see a bet. Just going to take our time and call. Gonna bet the turn. Just half pot for value. He calls. King on the river is kind of bad. I don't think we're going to get him to fold a king or like a pair of jacks, so I'm just going to check and see what happens. And he rivered it and didn't know how to play it. Good for you, bro. He's not folding that king on the end. That's the funny part. He's only calling me on the turn because he's not sure if I have a 6. But when I bet that river, if I had the 6, he's just going to pay it off. So, good to know shit like that. Raising him on the flop wouldn't do any good. I'd have to raise the flop and then bet the turn. And then still, I don't know if that convinces this player, so he can win the small one. That's fine. I think we charge sufficiently when he only has 12% to win. It's just hilarious how obvious that is. So it was a raise under the gun from a shorter stack. I think I want to just call this one. I could have 3-bet it for sure. But I can absorb a 3-bet from behind, which I think is going to happen from Parks on the button quite a bit. But we'd have to see. This player just got here, so I'm not sure if he's up to it yet. He sat out. Short stack leading right in. I'm going to go ahead and call. See a lead out for 2/3 pot that should be an overpair. I'm just going to check this one back. See a call. I'm just going to call as well. Jack on the turn isn't great. I'm going to lead this river, obviously. So he should have an overpair. Being as short as he is, I don't love it, and he doesn't have enough that I could fold the river, so I think I'm just going to get away. I think it's fine. I probably should have 3-bet at pre-flop, but then again, if he re-raised jams, I kind of get put in a weird spot because of the awkward stack sizes, so maybe it's better just to see how that one develops. I mean, he is betting into multiple players. Here we got that thing going again. See, I couldn't sit down. We're just going to go ahead and bet here. We don't have to bet big. Vista Park. I'm going to unjoin the list. Get check raised, kind of huge. Saturn just got here, so I'm not 100% sure what's going on here. But I'm going to let that one go as well. I'm going to lead the ace. So we unjoin this list, drop off, and steal the seat. Thank you. Just got tired of not being able to sit down, so I figured out how to steal them. I'm going to keep leading it, my man. I'm going to go pretty big here. We're just trying to overcharge for the diamonds. Okay. Nice play, bro. It just never looks like an ace to a player like this. So, great. Yeah, DeBaus back on. I had to take a day off yesterday, man. I was just too tired. I was up way too late. I don't know if you caught it, but I targeted a Maniac player and got it all, like I said I would. It was pretty huge, actually. It was the single biggest pot that I've played on stream so far. It was about, what was it? About 220, 440, about 850 blinds in the pot at 50 NL. So it was about $425-ish pot, 423, I think, something like that. So pretty big one. It took a long time, and I ended up being up much later than I would have preferred. So I ended up being way too tired yesterday and just wound up with a day off. So, but I feel good. Broke 3,000 with it. Trying to think. I don't think either one of these other two tables is exceptional, so I think I'm just going to take one when it comes up and then leave the other one for rotation where I need to get off and get onto another table. Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and bet here. Get called 7 on the turn. We're going to go ahead and bet again. Just trying to charge draws. And we're obviously a full, so we should be good. Might get paid here by some queens. Probably had like queen jack or some kings. Wow, and I didn't get it all. I feel like a failure. He was trapping me and played super passive. I think I want to 3-bet this ace jack. It's kind of close, but I think I'd rather have the lead in position here. See a call. I'm going to go ahead and bet. And he insta-jams over my raise. So logic would dictate that this is an overpair, but it's not. It's worse. I think he's got a set because players can't get away from overpairs here a lot. I'm basically just taking my time to make him feel like I'm making a bigger fold than I am. But when he insta-jams like that, it can sometimes be an overpair, and I don't think I'm folding queens, but usually honestly, it's usually kings plus. I'm going to raise this one. If I ran into a set, it's too bad. Oh, there's my 50 and all. We're going to lead the river pretty big. Well, it did it again. This one is known as Americas. I think we'll check with the diamond draw, take the free equity. I have to keep taking it. I might even win here, but there are a lot of aces out there. I'm just going to check. Yeah, I don't think we get 2 ace kings to fold. I don't know. Well, missed that seat. Pretty glitchy. Check. I'm going to lead the 7. Oh, now here's another 50 an L. This might be better. I think I like this one better. It's a newer game. I mean, it's a brand new game, basically. Yeah, it really was nice. You can actually look if you want. I clipped it out as a highlight, so you can see the hand where I got him for the stack, and it only makes sense if you'd played with the guy for the past 3 hours. So look at, what section is it? Let me see here. Let me go to the channel. I'll see if I can find it. I think if you go to home, yeah, go to the home screen and then click on videos, and you'll see, if you scroll down, it says recent highlights and uploads. Look for K9 Got It All. That was the highlight that I put out there. You can see that hand. It's the video is about a minute and a half, but if you want to see it, it's under recent highlights and uploads. It's a fairly good flop. I think I'm going to lead as though I'm protecting an overpair. Getting some real glitchy shit here. I get called. The king on the turn is fun because I should have it more than them. So I'm going to continue betting. I don't think I'm folding here. Kind of depends what happens. The 9 on the river, I was trying to look like I'm full of shit, so let's try and look like we're really full of shit. Snap calls me. I think he might have just had his own flush. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe he had a set. 8-7. He had top pair and then rivered the straight. And my hand's supposed to look like ace-king, so his call isn't awful, but I think... I don't know. Maybe, I mean, that's kind of tough because he's got the open-ender, and if I do have ace-king, then he has a shitload of outs against me. He was ahead on the flop. If I'm him, I think I raise on the flop, but I'm going to jam that on him. So, yeah, no, I think you have to get away from that call on the river when I bet pretty sizably there. I mean, it is a straight, but I'm not going to... Well, then again, I am going to bluff into the flush board if I have just the ace of clubs, so... Yeah, maybe he didn't do anything wrong. Maybe he didn't do anything wrong. Hard to say. Haven't played much since my losses. May get back at it tonight. Don't think of them as losses, man. It's one long game. You know, every hand you play in cash games. Tournaments are a little different, but every hand that you play, playing cash games, it's all one long session that stretches your entire life. You know, tournaments are a bit different. You can have it, sir. This is fun when we flop the 8, right? Ooh, I thought that 9 was an 8. He should just have a ton of pairs. Like pocket 10s, pocket 8s, pocket 7s, pocket 9s. So there's no real way to know if my set even helps or helps him. Like, it sucks when you make the set on the turn there and the guy just has pocket 10s and has the straight. So, you know, I don't always have to defend. Let's go ahead and make a standard open. Yeah. Make 2 pair. I'm just going to bet for value. I'm going to check this turn when I improve with the jack. Get bet, call. Jack on the turn kind of is good, but it also kills some of my action. He leads. I feel like sometimes this is him trying to pot control. I'm just going to call because obviously I feel like we're invulnerable. The ace can fuck me. I'm supposed to have more ace kings than he's supposed to have king queens. If he has queen jack, is there a purpose to raising here? I don't think so because he can have ace jack now, so I'm just going to call. Yeah, king 9. He flopped the straight and was trying to figure out if I had ace king, so I probably could have gotten it all here. But that ace on the river kind of has to slow me down. He's not going to fold, but it should slow him down. If I have exactly ace king, I'm going to get it in on the turn, so the ace kind of screwed me on the river. Probably should have raised it, though. I probably should have raised it. I mean, what can he have? He can have, well, he's in the blind, though, so he can have queen jack. He can have ace jack. The ace on the river just screws me because, well, it doesn't. Because if I have ace king, I'm going to play the hand exactly the same, and when he jams river, or when he bets river and I jam, he's going to insta-call because he's going to think it's a chop now. And I don't know if this player has the ability to get away. Plus, I can have hands like king jack suited that got the straight and we chop. No, that was a mistake. I should have jammed. I mean, it's funny to bitch about winning money, but I didn't win all of it. I should have won it all. Especially versus a player who's going to do dumb shit like this. Yeah. I think we can raise the ace-5. Get a call. I mean, he did limp in an early position, so he can have some combinations of jacks, but when he takes this long, I think I'm just going to bet. And we're going to bet fairly hefty. About 2/3 pot ought to do it. Yep. Timing, sir. You gave it away. I was going to check. But you decided to futz around. Yeah, he's limping a lot of pots. I mean, this is only the 3rd one I've noticed he limped, but I think I'm just going to call this one. I like changing tempo. Fair enough, it's better to look at that way. Just my first time being down, but it comes with the territory. Yeah, man. Nobody straight climbs, There's nobody, even no matter what the stories you heard were, like even of Tom Dwan turning, $50 into his lifetime. Trust me, nobody goes straight up along the way. It's like tournaments. It took me a long time in tournaments to get over like having a massive chip lead and then taking a medium loss, and instead of being chip leader, being, and this would happen fairly often, where you take a beat in the middle of a tournament. And instead of being chip leader, then I'm sitting there like 10th in chips out of like 100+ people, right? And so it shouldn't matter, but it used to fuck with my head something awful. Like it really used to screw me up because it'd be like, oh, can I get back to being in first or whatever like that? And it's just silly. It's pretty ridiculous when you think about it in context of tournaments. So. But I've always heard that thing my whole life of looking at your cash games as one long session, And if you do, it makes it much easier to deal with, upswings and downswings because I've had live sessions. This is pretty nice. We might actually be able to bluff catch here. This is kind of really nice. We see a lead. I am going to raise. Geeter will lead one pair, but this can lead to pot control down the line. If he has 2 pair, he should re-raise right now, but just calling is kind of whatever. I feel like he may be on the draw. If he hit the 2nd pair on the turn, we'll know. Queen on the river. I'm going to check. My hand's either good against another draw, like that. That's what I'm saying. Or he's not going to pay me anyway. So it's good to recognize when your opponent's going to have a lot of flush draws. I love recognizing when we're on the same draw and my ace high is good. Love it. So we see a small re-raise from our friend. I'm just going to call him, obviously. Make a 7, and now I'm going to bust him. I mean, if he has aces, it's just too bad. Almost the same flop over here. I'm just going to bet small. I'm just going to call. I'm going to check. I don't want to dissuade him from betting. I'm going to blast the river. Hopefully he made 2 pair. If he has jacks or queens and he jams, it's too bad. I'm going broke. But he can have way too many 2 pair combos that'll jam now. Ace queen and ace jack. So tough shit for me if he rivered a set. But I think we're getting called here quite often. I think he's just trying to decide if I have ace queen or ace jack. The jack kind of sucks because his ace king is now super vulnerable. He might have been worried about ace queen before that. Yeah, maybe he just had like pocket tens. I think we can call this one. I want to check here. I want to check here. Fold here, fold here. Okay, you guys can have it. The check, I do have some showdown value. I think this is a little wide to bluff catch here. Just a little. Like if I had the 8, I think I'd call. If I had like 8-10, I think I'd call. I want to say. I was just looking at my screen and thinking, what's wrong with my graphics right here and all like that? And I looked over and there was a smudge on my screen. So this is kind of odd. I really don't have anything going on here. I think if I had just the ace of diamonds, I could continue, but this is just so bad, I'm going to let it go. Because even if I make the jack, which is like my best card, it's like, how do I feel about it? Like, I don't feel great. So I'm going to let this guy take one away. Plus, being the bigger stacks at the table, he's not going to over-tango with me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's not a maniac. I think it's fairly well known that I'm competent now. And I don't recognize this player. So when I don't recognize a player, I got to figure he's ABC. He's in town for something. So, like, he probably doesn't have much history. Four. Yeah, it was messing with me because losing 20 was 10 buy-ins for me before, so I feel it was harder to get back. Yeah, but it's not. Because you got to remember, that's only 2 buy-ins for you now. You know what I'm saying? And here, dude, I went through the same thing, man, like, to a lesser extent because I have more experience. But, you know, you saw me play the, whatchamacallit, the 100 to 1,000 challenge. You know, and then the only next available stake is 50 NL. So there's no 20 NL for me to jump to. So that's why I decided to get to the 1,000, and then I added a table of 50 NL, and just said to hell with it, and went from there. And it was tough, man, because being down 2 buy-ins, which is very common, that's $100. And that's 10 buy-ins at the previous stake I had been very comfortable playing. I don't know about this. I think sometimes we can call here, but I'm not 100%. I want to see what he's doing. He did river the 7s. I just wanted to see it. I felt like he might have had some pair. I just wanted to see what his pair threshold was. So that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and raise this one right away. So, so that was fucking with me for a little while, but honestly, then I had to just sit there and go, wait a minute. I'm playing 50 NL. So, but what I did was I staggered my buy-ins. So, you see, I have 4 50 NLs and 4 10 NLs. Typically, it's this, or it's 5 or 6 50s and 2 or 3 10s. So, my average buy-in right now is 30, right? So, because I'm playing 10s and I'm playing 50s, so I'm going by an average buy-in philosophy, which helped with me mentally. But the truth of the matter is, when I went down $100, those first couple sessions, fairly standard, it was on the 50 NL. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, I lost 10 buy-ins at 10 NL, so, but then again, just to show you how much that matters, by that end of that first session, I was up 3 buy-ins, I think, so that's a 5 buy-in swing, which is a swing technically of $250, which is 25 buy-ins, at my old stake, which you can't let it get in your head, man. You just got to say, I'm playing here now. Going up or down 8 to 10 buy-ins is not even a big deal if you play long enough and play enough tables. Like, I had, right in a row, I set 3 records on the stream last week. I set the record for most money lost, $412. And then I set the record the next day for most money won, $370, which is funny that it was less than the money lost. But it wasn't the most buy-ins lost, because I only lost 8.5 or 8.25 buy-ins. The most buy-ins lost was at 10 NL. I had a day where I lost 13 buy-ins. And, I actually take a lot of pride in that session because I played pretty well all the way through. I actually played a little bit worse playing, the other day playing the 50 NL. But it was the next day I got back most of the money, and then the day after that, I set another record for the biggest single pot played, and I won another $300. So it's swings are going to come, man. I know it's very hard to reconcile that in your head and feel okay about it, but it'll come with time. The more confident you are in what you're doing, and the more correct you are, and the more confirmations that the decisions you're making are correct, and the more you win, the better you're going to be able to deal with that. I expected this raise. I could definitely 3-bet, but I actually kind of like soft playing the hand here. I think this is one where if we hit the ace, we crush. I do have the ace of hearts. I'm keeping my range wide. This jack isn't bad. We do see a bet. I'm going to go ahead and bet reasonable here, not crazy big. This call is my problem. I think we want to give this up because of the call, honestly. I think this call presents more problems than the better does. That was a nice takedown with the jack. Yeah, he went all in on the turn. I feel like he had king jack or something. Sorry, I'm going to turn the mic, guys. I know that's a little loud. This is a fun one. I think this is one where the draw is so disguised and so unlikely that we can bet turn and river. I'm just going to call Broden. We're already heads up. I'm going to make 2 pair and hopefully crush. I make the 8. Unless this guy has exactly Jack 10, I'm going to win. I'm going to check raise here. It shouldn't look like I have... Well, he doesn't have anything. I think I won the most. I think if I 3-bet pre-flop, I don't get it. I think 3-betting pre-flop, I don't get any action. So I like check raising there, though, even though I do have it completely locked up. Because we're going to get played with by ace-queen, and then we can bet interestingly on the turn and snake 2 streets of value if we want to check the turn. I think this is a nice spot for a gut shot. Now, it can be a little bit more disguised. I don't know if we have any bluffs here, honestly. Yeah, I'm not sure if he ever... I can represent the 3 on the river, but it's kind of a long shot. He should call with that 7, so I'm fine taking a showdown and giving it up. Plus, players like that, who limp and then bet second pair, he's going to think I'm an idiot, which is what I want. You go through a period of time in poker where you want everybody to know how good you are and think you're an amazing player and all like that, but then you realize there's more money in people thinking you're a moron. So this is interesting. I don't love it, and I want to 3-bet, but this player is so short and stupid that I don't put it past him to just jam a pair of 7s, and that would kind of screw me. I would really wish I'd have called it now, but I didn't know if this player was going to 3-bet. This is probably the best hand I'm going to have here that didn't make a pair. It just keeps getting better and better. I would be betting that flop and turn. This is fun. We could definitely call at better than 3-1. Would have missed it all. I don't think this goes past the turn, though, honestly. Just going to check. Yeah, there's the flush. Look at that. See, this is what I'm talking about. This guy's just going to totally pay off. So I avoided a problem. He had kings. He had kings and played it awfully. Oh, I might have rivered the winner there. I definitely could have rivered the winner on that deuce. Yeah, I did. Look at that. Ooh, queens. I'm going to fold there. I'm going to fold there. I'm going to fold there. I am going to bet here. I get min re-raised. I think we just call. Queen on the turn's okay. There is a heart out there. I'm going to check. I'm going to fold here. I'm going to check this one. Fold this one. Check. Check. Player calls. I'm going to overbet the river. I think sometimes it's hard for him to even fold a 10. Hey, a flush doesn't fold either. Look at that. I got a full house. Nice play, bro. Good trap. Good trap. True, I just got to take blows. It was my first couple of sessions, so I'm not fully acclimated. Exactly, man. There's a great quote by Mike Tyson back in the day, and they were asking him how he was going to... what his technique was going to be for somebody or this, that, and the other. And somebody said the word plan, and they go, what's your plan going in there? And he went, plan. He's like, everybody's got a plan till they, because he was talking about the other guy's plan that they had talked about. He goes, everybody's got a plan till they get punched in the face. And it's really true. You know, and until you take some hits, you don't know how you're going to respond. I think we just bet this one small. Player calls. It's going to be hard to get him off an ace, but we're going to try. He really snap called that. I'm going to give up. Yeah, he's not giving up an ace there. Once the board paired, it's just, that's a bad bluff. Really? Okay. Yeah, right? You don't have shit. You have fourth pair. Congratulations. Well, I guess it was second pair at the time. On 4th Street. But checking the king on the flop there just makes it so much stronger. I love it. Fold, fold, fold. We got up early. We had to take the dogs into the groomer. So Courtney's catching a nap before we got to pick them up. They're going to be very well groomed and tired when we get them. This other 50NL table doesn't seem to have a lot of money on it, but I don't want to stay on this table for very long because I feel like these players have backed off me. But maybe I'm just... that might be in my head. Check, check. Check here. Fold there, fold there. Yeah, I'm getting too many of these through uncontested. Like that's my issue. You know, don't get me wrong, that double up hand was pretty good. And it was pretty scary because of me betting. I'll bet you nobody on the table had me on a flush draw. And then I just make the nuts and just get paid all the way off. I'm going to check the ace. I think this is one of those ones where I'd rather somebody take a shot at me. That's exactly who I think's going to do it, too. Pick up the clubs. I'm going to bet the river to block. Sometimes he has an ace, but it's kind of not super common. Yeah, he didn't have shit. I just, no free showdowns. That's the only reason why I led there. I don't want to showdown and have him see that I'll check some aces. Because I want him to think that that hand is stronger than it is. Like I had just like aces or something and just flop trips. Because I was the original opener. I think there's more value in not showing that one down. I like my call on the flop now. Although this player betting big again kind of is interesting. I don't know about this. Ace is bad. Wow. Really? My problem is he could have rivered the ace. I mean, he led right out, so I was thinking he had two pair like 5-8. I want to see it. He rivered the ace. I fucking knew it. I thought maybe he had counterfeited two pair, but then when the ace comes off and he just does that, like I know this player to play bad boards that way. So he got lucky. Good for him. Yeah. I don't think my timing gave it up either. So I 3-bet this player pre-flop. I'm going to check the flop with the kings. He may try. This raise is interesting. I'm going to fold. We obviously call. Jack on the turn's kind of the worst card. This isn't bad. We're just going to bet half pot here and call here. I'm going to check the river. See what my man does here. It's going to be tough if he bets. Deuce on the turn. I think we can go for larger value here. I'm going to check. I got counterfeited. I think we can let this one go. I think he's got a lot more jacks than anything. This player can definitely have 2 pairs. So sometimes we get paid, but I don't think anybody even had the spade draw, honestly. I think they were just waiting for me to check the turn. Maybe I should have checked the turn. Like I was getting floated. Maybe that's a mistake. That's kind of a leak sometimes I have where I'm a little too aggressive. Yeah, I should have jammed the turn with those 9s, but I kind of was slightly distracted. I'm going to go ahead and check this one. I'm not 100% sure yet. This is the same guy who 3-barreled at me. I'm definitely going to call 1. The problem is that he has a lot of bluffs that beat me. Yeah, it's a value hand. Like, he didn't bet that ace on the river for value. How's this table look? It looks okay. Check. I think I'm just going to drop one of these 10 and Ls. To take the 50. Ooh, that's kind of rough. Yeah, the ace-queen, I was drawing dead. I'm going to drop one of these 10 and Ls. Which one has the least potential? Okay. Make an 8. I'm going to lead the turn here. I think it's rare somebody checked a king. So I get raised. This can definitely be 2 pairs. He could just be pot controlling, so I don't bet the river. I'm going to call and hope for an 8. I'm going to check. He should have a lot of kings here. Weak kings. Yeah, that's pretty bad, bro. That's not a weak king. That's a strong king. Yeah. All my outs were live, though. I like that call. So, he's weak. I'm going to give up this table. Fold this one. I'm going to move this one here, move this one over. There we go. I'll fix this in a sec. Just give me 1 minute. Hard to get everything organized while I'm still trying to play here. Raise that. Move that here. King's not the worst. I'm going to check. King on the turn's good. I'm going to bet half pot. Shouldn't look like I have much. This is where we get that thin value. Sometimes this is going to bait him into a raise, which I don't mind. This is kind of interesting. I'm going to fold. keep going here. I don't mind the queen or the 5-6. It's not bad. And this table's kind of, this is the one that was up in the corner. This table's kind of not exactly overly aggressive. Ooh, double gutter.
I forgot the boys weren't here and I went to go move and I was like, oh shit, I'm not gonna be. Oh yes, I can.
It's definitely a different world when the dogs are at the groomer. It's a fairly easy call. Make the gutty. Free rolling the jack, by the way. Very important. Unless he has jack 8, it's an utter free roll. There's the jack. Na 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 na. Oh, were we not chopping? Oh, I'm sorry. We're not chopping. You thought we were chopping. You thought, oh, look at this. Jack 9. 2 pair he called me. Whoa. Well, I guess I got my money from the other hand that I didn't raise them all in with. That's hilarious that he paid me. Jack 9. Just crushed. He don't like me. Not much at all. No. Hey, sure, why not? I'll play nice. Yuck. Well, the good part is nobody should have much of this. The problem is I'm nobody. Do we want to bet cutesy here? Yeah. I'm going to bet real tiny and just see if it just gets fold. The problem is this short stack might just jam a draw. He calls. 3 on the turn. We're not in the business of bluffing a short stack, so... I mean... He beats me with jack high. Yeah, you win, bro. He's not folding. That's the thing to know. I like it, too, because it's part of my advertising budget. Everybody else who was in the hand is like, why is this guy betting? Okay. Ugh, 7 looks so good. You win, sir. All day. We're going to take another flop. Let's raise this. That's nice. We see a good raise there. I am going to raise this one. Wouldn't always, but I think we can. I'm newer to this table. Nice. I got position for a raise. Don't mind that at all. Sometimes this player's trapping, but sometimes he just wants to flop. I should be good quite often here. That bet might be a little small. I'm going to bet smaller on this one. I guess we can call here. I don't know why this guy's taking so long. He knows what he's going to do. He folded. He's just sitting there. Like he doesn't know what to do with a pair of 7s. And to his credit, he made the right choice because I'm not going to stop betting. Ooh, look at this flop. Let's just play it aggro, shall we? Okay. I'm trying to get Fishy to raise because he likes to make moves. So, if we can get him to overplay one pair, I'm happy. I don't mind getting the money in here at all. Nope, he didn't go for it. This is a good raise. If it's one call, I can call. Can't call without a call. That's why I usually like to open the limpers there. But this is a different table, so that's a good 3-bet of this player. This player seems to not understand the value of his hands, so we're going to wait till we make 2 pair and then bust him. Because I don't see him as a folder, but man, he's letting a lot of draws come off. He seems to be checking top pair quite often. I spotted it on this table too. The Jack-9 call, right? Hey, there was a time when you would have made that call with Jack-9 too. Granted, it was probably your first day, but you know. Some people, you just get under their skin, man, and they're just like, I can't have it every time.